Honorable Kaluma, what do you make of Mudavadi's demands, now saying that now that the BBI is null and void, those responsible for it must be held accountable for the resources that were put in that, what is called a criminal exercise, and the DP William Ruto demanding for an apology from the Handshake brothers?
You know, Mudavadi is a land economist. I would advise that he gets good lawyers and he takes politics out of his mind, because I see Mudavadi to be playing politics with something he has not understood.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that even as a land economist, I know Mudavadi knows that this decision by the Supreme Court opens the door very wide for amendments. And I also know he knows, you know, away from politics, that of course, you know, the fact of the matter is that even if, you know, these fetters to the constitutional amendment initiative by BBI were removed, it could not be done before elections, because it would be like we are over-engaging Kenyans onto, you know, electoral, you know, processes, because referendum is also the making of a choice by the people on how, you know, they want to be governed under the Constitution. Yes, so the fact of the matter is that there isn't, in my view, even delay. Because even as proponents of BBI, we were already clear in our mind, if you've been studying what Baba has been saying, what the president has been saying, even in the last communication by the president on the matter I was watching on Citizen, that the spirit of those provisions will always live. Look, Trevor, we were looking at how to increase the amount of resources going down from the national, you know, level downwards, from the bare minimum of 15% to 35%. And you've had Mudavadi having turned around. You remember, Trevor, by the way, Mudavadi was a proponent of BBI. So I don't know why you're forgetting that. And at the signing of the process, you saw the president, you saw Raila Odinga, you saw Mudavadi follow. Number 3, you saw Kalonzo Musyoka. Even by that alone, Kenyans, you see Mudavadi has changed sides. And he's essentially saying everybody unknown to him, including himself, should be held to account. But is there still need, in as much as Mudavadi and Ruto are now telling you, Trevor, that this thing is dead and should be let to die, isn't there still need to increase the amount going down? Remember, I've been in Parliament for 2 terms now. There is a reason as to why you set the minimum. And Ojienda joining the Senate will soon realize it. The national government will never release more than what a law obligates. I can tell our people that the CDF, the Constituency Development Fund, which we use to transform schools, for instance, has been put at 2.5 of the national budget. We've never gotten a coin beyond 2.5%. So this phantom, you see Mudavadi and the deputy president now telling people, oh, if the president wants, he can increase. Why have they not increased and is part of the presidency all these years? So still there is need for that. There is need, Agenda will tell you, to entrench the Constituency Development Fund in the Constitution as was proposed by BBI. And you just need to look at the number of court challenges to CDF which have been in court because it is not in the Constitution to realize it should be so. It should be entrenched in the Constitution, and we should have it. There is need to move money from the counties up to the ward level. That way, that small business person who is doing small roads can also have a way, because they cannot compete for these expressways and the national roads up here going for billions. Now, that need is still there. There is still need to see how to reorganize, you know, the government, more so at the top. And you remember, Trevor, there is a time I was telling you that there is nothing more difficult to serve as a member of parliament, either in the Senate or National Assembly representing the people, when you have the entire executive, you know, outside there. You remember before this current constitution came into force in 2013, having been enacted in 2010. What we called in parliament question time was the most active time. Because an MP would stand as a representative of the people and ask, Professor Agenda, as minister for this, tell me what is happening to my people. And remember, the speaker would say, commit. And then a minister says, we are solving the issue in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, the minister has nowhere to hide. You don't even need to ask a question. You just wait for him to enter and you tell the speaker he has entered here. He undertook to parliament to do this. It has not been done. And you saw things happening instantly. Ojode from my place used to say, this is Sirkal, bana. Whatever we have said, must happen. Now we have a situation which Kenyans may not know. But no minister is coming to parliament to answer questions of concern to the people down there. If you have a system where the ministers are in parliament, Kenyans need to know it is also cheap. Look, because when a member of parliament is also the minister, the only thing he earns is some extra responsibility allowance. Otherwise, his earning as MP is what is taken in there. Now, we have a situation where we are paying all members of parliament at those rates Kenyans have been crying about, and then you have a chain of people you call cabinet secretaries and chief administrative secretaries. You see them with vehicles shoving people, a minimum of 3 around them, extra vehicles and facilities. And Kenyans don't know they are earning, including those, chief administrative secretaries, beyond MPs. This is in a country where we are saying the wage bill is taking so much that would rather go to development. So it is cheap.
Yeah.
It is more accountable. I can tell you, if it were not that Kimunya was in parliament then, Alwale would have not gotten him out. But remember, because Kimunya is there, he's being shamed live. People are watching. Alwale is saying Kimunya must go. And of course, Kimunya has to go. You shame him in public, you confirm he's not. And because they were there and they are being watched live, you saw even the kind of responses which were coming, to the people in parliament were well researched, well investigated. Today, you want to meet a minister, you are in some committee there. Questions are dying unattended to. So on the whole, without going into the provisions, I can say there is so much this decision has opened the way to. So that it may not be even beyond just what was already provided in BBI. Even in terms of the 70 constituencies, not all is lost. The Supreme Court is saying you cannot amend the substantive provisions of Article 89, which empowers IEBC to delimit, and which has prescriptions on how you determine the number of electoral units. By a schedule you call second schedule. If you want to change it, go to Article 89. So that even at the level of BBI team, if they are still keen on doing what they wanted to do and upgrading the idea of population beyond other, considerations, you simply go to Article 89 and you say population will be weighted more than, the other, considerations, and you have it there. So it is a big opening. I would ask Musalia Mudavadi, in as much as we are playing politics, not to, celebrate things for the sake of it. Read the judgments, and they are very voluminous, written by each. I spent the whole night. You can see I'm a bit sleepy reading them. And you cannot be, you cannot avoid being, happy at any decision, even where they disagreed. You just say, we have really a mature court which can resolve this issue. So Musalia is playing politics. Ruto, of course, is playing politics. Let us focus with them on politics. BBI, in the manner the Supreme Court has said, is on half break. We are going to work very hard for the proponents of BBI, led by Raila Odinga, to take over the reins of power. And I would myself be pressing, because I know I'll be re-elected, that in his first 100 days, we spruce up this document. We make additions which can be made. We exclude those matters the court have raised a red flag on. And of course, we move the process forward.